Have you ever wondered why you think the way you do? What shapes your thoughts, ideas, and beliefs? These questions have puzzled humans for centuries, and today we're going to explore the fascinating world of where our thoughts come from. Our minds are incredible, constantly buzzing with activity, generating countless thoughts every day. But have you stopped to consider what's behind all this mental chatter? Understanding the origins of our thoughts can give us valuable insights into our behavior, decisions, and overall well-being. In this video, we'll dive deep into the mystery of thoughts, exploring the various factors that contribute to our thinking processes. From the basic workings of our brains to the influence of our emotions, environment, and experiences, we'll uncover the complex web that forms our mental landscape. Let's start by looking at the basics of how our brains work. Our brains are made up of billions of neurons, tiny cells that communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals. These neurons form intricate networks, creating pathways that allow information to flow and thoughts to form. When we think, different regions of our brain work together in harmony. The frontal lobe, responsible for decision-making and problem-solving, collaborates with other areas like the temporal lobe, which handles memory and language. This teamwork allows us to process information, form ideas, and create the thoughts we experience. But our thoughts aren't just the result of neurons firing. Memory plays a crucial role in shaping our thinking patterns. Every experience we have, every piece of information we learn, gets stored in our memory. These memories then influence how we perceive new situations and form new thoughts. Our memory can be divided into short-term and long-term storage. Short-term memory holds information for brief periods, like remembering a phone number long enough to dial it. Long-term memory, on the other hand, stores information for extended periods, sometimes for a lifetime. Both types of memory contribute to our thought processes in different ways. When we encounter a new situation, our brain quickly searches through our stored memories to find relevant information. This process happens so fast that we're often unaware of it. For example, when you're trying to solve a problem, your brain might recall similar situations from the past, influencing your approach to the current challenge. Emotions also play a significant role in shaping our thoughts. Our feelings can color our perceptions, influence our judgments, and even alter our memories. The amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure in our brain, is key in processing emotions. It works closely with other brain regions to attach emotional significance to our experiences and thoughts. When we're happy, we tend to think more positively and creatively. On the flip side, when we're stressed or anxious, our thoughts might become more negative or repetitive. Understanding this connection between emotions and thoughts can help us better manage our mental state and improve our overall well-being. Our environment is another major factor in shaping our thoughts. The world around us provides a constant stream of sensory input that our brains process and interpret. Everything we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch can spark new thoughts or trigger existing ones. Consider how your thoughts might change when you're in a bustling city compared to a quiet forest. The sights, sounds, and smells in each environment can lead to very different thought patterns. This is why changes of scenery can often help us think more clearly or come up with new ideas. But it's not just our physical environment that influences our thoughts. Our social environment, the people we interact with, the media we consume, and the culture we live in all play a part in shaping our thinking. The conversations we have, the books we read, the shows we watch, all of these contribute to the pool of information our brains draw from when forming thoughts. While we're aware of many of our thoughts, a significant portion of our thinking happens below the surface of our consciousness. This is the realm of the subconscious mind. Our subconscious is like a vast storehouse of memories, beliefs, and patterns that influence our conscious thoughts and behaviors. The subconscious mind works tirelessly behind the scenes, processing information and making connections even when we're not actively thinking about something. Have you ever had a sudden aha moment or a solution to a problem pop into your head out of nowhere? That's often the result of your subconscious mind working on the issue without you realizing it. Our subconscious also plays a role in forming habits and thought patterns. When we repeatedly think or do something, it creates neural pathways in our brain. Over time, these pathways become stronger, making it easier for our brains to follow the same patterns of thought or behavior. This is why habits can be so powerful, both in positive and negative ways. Positive habits can lead to automatic positive thoughts and behaviors, while negative habits can reinforce unhelpful thought patterns. Understanding this process can be a powerful tool for personal growth, as it allows us to consciously work on creating beneficial thought patterns. Our upbringing and cultural background also significantly influence our thoughts. From an early age, we absorb ideas, beliefs, and ways of thinking from our families, communities, and broader society. These influences shape our worldview and provide a framework through which we interpret new information and experiences. Language, for instance, plays a crucial role in how we think. The words and concepts available in our language can shape the way we perceive and think about the world. Some languages have words for concepts that don't exist in others, potentially leading to different thought patterns among speakers of different languages. Cultural norms and values also guide our thinking in subtle ways. What's considered important, moral, or desirable in one culture might be viewed differently in another. These cultural influences often operate at a subconscious level, shaping our thoughts without us even realizing it. Biology also plays a role in our thought processes. Our genetic makeup can influence our cognitive tendencies, including how we process information and respond to different stimuli. Some people might be genetically predisposed to certain thinking styles or mental health conditions that affect their thought patterns. Hormones and brain chemistry also have a significant impact on our thoughts. Changes in hormone levels can affect mood and cognitive function, influencing the types of thoughts we have. For example, stress hormones like cortisol can lead to more negative or anxious thoughts, while feel-good hormones like serotonin can promote more positive thinking. Understanding these biological factors can help us have more compassion for ourselves and others. It reminds us that our thoughts aren't always entirely under our control and that sometimes biological factors might be influencing our mental state. Given all these influences on our thoughts, it might seem like we have little control over our thinking. However, this isn't the case. One powerful tool we have for understanding and influencing our thoughts is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to our thoughts and experiences in the present moment, without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of our thought patterns, including where they might be coming from and how they affect us. This awareness is the first step in gaining more control over our thoughts. When we're mindful, we can observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. This allows us to recognize unhelpful thought patterns and choose to redirect our thinking in more positive directions. Practicing mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly and observe your thoughts. Notice what kinds of thoughts arise, how they make you feel, and where they might be coming from. Over time, this practice can lead to greater self-awareness and mental clarity. Once we're more aware of our thoughts, we can start to work on changing unhelpful thought patterns. This doesn't mean trying to eliminate negative thoughts entirely. That's not realistic or even desirable. Instead, it's about learning to respond to our thoughts in healthier ways. One effective technique is cognitive restructuring. This involves identifying negative or unhelpful thoughts and challenging them with evidence and alternative perspectives. For example, if you find yourself thinking "I'm not good enough," you might challenge that thought by listing your accomplishments or thinking of times when you've succeeded. Another helpful approach is to practice gratitude. Regularly focusing on things you're thankful for can help shift your thought patterns in a more positive direction. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or difficulties, but rather balancing them with an appreciation for the good things in your life. It's also important to remember that thoughts are just thoughts. They are not necessarily facts or reflections of reality. Learning to observe your thoughts without automatically believing or acting on them can be a powerful way to gain more control over your mental state. Developing new habits can also help in changing thought patterns. By consciously choosing to engage in positive activities or think in certain ways, we can create new neural pathways that make positive thinking easier over time. For instance, if you tend to dwell on problems, you might make a habit of asking yourself, what's one small step I can take to address this, each time you notice yourself worrying. Over time, this can shift your thought patterns from passive worrying to active problem solving. One particularly powerful tool for shaping our thoughts is the art of asking questions. The questions we ask ourselves can guide our thinking in profound ways. By learning to ask better questions, we can steer our thoughts in more productive and positive directions. For example, instead of asking, "Why does this always happen to me?" which can lead to feelings of victimhood, we might ask, "What can I learn from this situation?" This shifts our thinking towards growth and problem solving. Questions can also help us challenge our assumptions and broaden our perspectives. Asking, "Is there another way to look at this?" or "What would I advise a friend in this situation?" can help us break out of limiting thought patterns and consider new possibilities. Cultivating curiosity through questions can also lead to more engaging and fulfilling thought patterns. By regularly asking ourselves, "What's interesting about this?" or "What don't I know about this?" we can maintain a sense of wonder and openness that enriches our mental life. As we wrap up our exploration of where thoughts come from, let's recap some key points. Our thoughts are shaped by a complex interplay of factors, including our brain structure, memories, emotions, environment, subconscious mind, habits, cultural background, and biology. While we don't have complete control over our thoughts, we do have the power to influence them. Through practices like mindfulness, cognitive restructuring, and asking better questions, we can shape our thought patterns in positive ways. Understanding the origins of our thoughts can be a powerful tool for personal growth. It allows us to have more compassion for ourselves and others, recognizing that our thoughts are influenced by many factors beyond our immediate control. At the same time, this understanding empowers us to take an active role in shaping our mental landscape. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and the factors that influence them, we can make conscious choices about how we want to think and live. Remember, your thoughts play a crucial role in shaping your experiences and your life. By understanding where they come from and learning to guide them in positive directions, you open up new possibilities for growth, happiness, and fulfillment. So the next time you find yourself caught in a whirlwind of thoughts, take a moment to step back and consider their origins. Are they coming from old habits, cultural conditioning, or emotional reactions? Are they serving you well, or could they be reshaped in more helpful ways? By asking these questions and applying the insights we've explored, you can start to take greater control of your mental life. You have the power to shape your thoughts, and through them, to shape your life. As you go forward from here, I encourage you to stay curious about your thoughts. Pay attention to them, question them, and don't be afraid to challenge them when necessary. Remember, your mind is a powerful tool, and understanding how it works can help you use it more effectively. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of where our thoughts come from. I hope you found it informative and inspiring. Keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep growing. Your thoughts are the seeds of your future, nurture them wisely.